Hello, Alexandru.
Yes, yep, thank you.
Thank you so much for waiting. Just touching base to let you know that I am still waiting for somebody to come through. We do have a bit of a longer wait. Are you okay with holding on a bit longer with us, please?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. Hello, Alexandru.
Yes, yep, thank you.
Thank you so much for waiting. Just touching base to let you know that I am still waiting for somebody to come through. We do have a bit of a longer wait. Are you okay with holding on a bit longer with us, please?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. Hello, Alexandru.
Yes?
Sorry, thank you for waiting. I'm still waiting for somebody to come through, but I was just having a look. Do you normally manage your services online?
I do, yes.
Lovely. So you've got full access to the Centrelink app through your MyGov?
I don't know, I just have the access I've always had. I don't know what that means.
Alright, so MyGov, it has Medicare, the tax office, and Centrelink that can attach to that. But through that you could actually get into a Centrelink app, and I just wanted to know if you could get into it online with the online services.
Oh, yeah, I can do that, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Hello, Alexandru, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Alright, so have you got a calendar in front of you?
I don't, but I can open my phone and have a look at one, yeah.
That would be great, please.
Yep, thank you.
Now, I've had this explained to me, so I've got my head around it.
Okay.
Alright, so you got your normal pay on the 11th of December, is that correct?
That's correct.
So you did your normal reporting on the 9th of December?
I don't have to report, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, yep.
Alright, so you would have received that pay on the 11th. Your next pay would have been technically on the 25th.
That's correct, yep.
Alright, so you've already received that pay. Now, that is a 2-week reporting period that we have. Now, you've managed to come in right in the middle of your reporting period.
Sorry to interrupt you. I haven't been paid from so I was paid up till the 11th. Now I'm waiting for the next 2 weeks for that. Well, you guys pay in arrears, correct?
If there is arrears, yes.
No. You guys usually pay your pensions in arrears. I can guarantee it. I looked it up on the Centrelink webpage.
Yeah, so you would do your reporting on the 9th. That's why you're on disability. So if you had to do reporting, it would be on the 9th, so you get it today. Sorry, on the 11th.
Yeah.
Now, the next one that would have been due
would have been the 25th. Yep.
The 21st. Now, just because we've got the Christmas period and the New Year, things change a little bit on those dates. So there's a bit of a wonkiness with the date.
Yep, sure. Yep.
Right, coming in with your reporting. Now, what should have been explained to you when you went on those weekly payments, and I don't know if it was, but the weekly payments don't start the next day.
I recognise that. That's not the issue. Sorry, I'll let you finish anyway. Sorry.
Yeah. So how it's actually calculated is, so you would get your normal pay, which will come through on the 24th, as it would normally, and then you go to the weekly amounts. Now, you actually aren't falling short because you actually do get that money.
Okay. When do I get that money? Sorry.
You're going to get that on the 24th.
Okay. Can I explain something to you quickly? Is that all right?
Go for it. Yes, of course.
So you're saying from the 11th to the 24th is basically 2 weeks, and the dates aren't correct because of the holidays or whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
But then by the 30th, when I'll get the next payment, the next weekly payment, 3 weeks will have passed from the 11th to the 30th, and yet I will have only been paid for 2 weeks. That means there's a week missing.
No.
Okay.
No, because you get that money on the 24th, it is actually calculated to work. Let me go in this and look here. Give me a second.
So, if I was paid up to the 11th on the 11th, so the 2 weeks before the 11th I was paid up to then, then from the 11th to the 25th, and I'll call it that, I know it's the 24th, but I will call it 25th just to be correct.
Yeah.
There's another 2 weeks. So by that point, I would have already been due another full fortnightly pension, and then at this, you guys are saying you're only going to give me 1 week on the 25th, and that brings it to the 18th.
Okay, here we go. I've got the answer for you here. Hang on, give me a second here. Yep, that is correct. received, if you'd let me go share. Here we go. So just based on the normal amount that you roughly get, if I pull up the calculator, by the time that the 30th comes, where is it? So you're being paid on the 24th. You actually do get the amount of the pension.
I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I'm sorry. I can't explain it. I'm not sure how to explain this to you. If you look at the calendar, if you put your finger on 11th, then go to the next week, 18th, that's 1 week. Then the 24th, that's 2 weeks. Then the 30th, that's 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yep.
And what you're saying is I'm getting paid a full fortnightly pension on the I'm getting paid half a fortnightly pension on the 24th, and then half a pension on the 30th. When do I get... So, explain to me exactly, just so we can clarify, and I'll give up after this. On the 24th, what week am I being paid for? Can you explain that to me, please? Is it the 11th to the 18th, or is it the 18th to the 24th, or what dates am I being paid for on the 24th?
You're being paid for the dates of from the 12th. Sorry, you get paid on the 11th. So that period that you would be paid on the 24th is from the 12th to the 18th.
Okay, so when the 30th rolls around, what dates am I being paid for then?
Alright, so hang on, hold on, I'll give you an exact answer, hang on.
Yeah, I need one, please, yeah.
Hello, Alexandria, I've actually got someone here, we're just going to get this sorted for you so I can explain to you what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It must be so.
Alright, I have the exact answer here for you. Alright, so when you get paid on the 24th, you're actually getting the pay from the 12th through to the 25th. So you are getting the 2 weeks.
Sorry, hold on. So from the 12th to when, sorry?
The 25th.
You mean 24th?
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks, yeah?
I'm just working as though these are normal dates.
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks, yeah.
So those are 2 weeks. Now you're getting half of that pay on that day. So you're only going to get half because you're only getting the second half on the 30th.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So from then on, that then falls into your next pay period, which will then break it in half again.
Yeah, I understand breaking it in half. I know what weekly means compared to fortnightly. That's not the issue. Yeah?
Yes.
So can you... I did ask a question before. If I'm getting paid on the 24th from the 12th to the 18th or 17th or whatever it is, I'm getting paid... On the 30th, what do I get paid for on the 30th? I didn't get that answered.
Okay, you're getting the second half of that fortnight payment.
So it's from the 18th to the 24th, is that correct?
Yes.
So why am I being paid? It's basically left me a week in limbo. I'm at the 30th, 3 weeks have passed, and yet I've only been paid for 2 weeks. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but the dates are correct. All right, so I'm going to go back to this working on the fortnights. So your normal pay is on the 11th, which you got. So normally you would be getting paid 2 weeks later, which falls on the 25th. Now, because you've gone to weekly payments, you're going to get that half of that fortnightly period. All right, and you're getting paid that on the 24th, and then you're going to get the second part of that on the 25th. So you would normally fall. So then the next pay period.
Sorry, on the third. I think you're making a mistake there. The 30th, is that correct? So the 24th and the 30th, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So just because of the holiday period. So normally you would get paid again. So if it was fortnightly, you'd get paid again on the 8th. But as you can see, we work from behind us. So you're then getting paid the next payment, which would be the week after. You're getting half of the payments for that 30th to the 4th. And then on the 5th to the 11th, you get the second part of that payment.
From the 11th to the 25th is 2 weeks, yeah? I should, but technically on the 25th, if I hadn't have changed to weekly payments, on the 25th, I would have got a full fortnightly pension, yes? And yet on the 30th, the 25th and the 30th, what you're not understanding is there's 3 weeks elapse, and yet I'm only paid for 2. That's what you're not understanding.
Alright, so,
and if you draw it on a piece of paper, the dates on a line in intervals, and then work out exactly how it works out, you will see I am correct. 1 week goes into limbo, yeah? Apparently people like keeping other people in limbo.
okay, so, let me go over this again. 2 seconds.
Yeah, just to clarify, I just want an explanation. What dates do I get paid for on the 24th and the 30th? And if I get paid for the 18th to 24th on the 30th, when do I get paid for the 24th to the 30th? Like this.
Alright, hang on. I'm going back here and having a look at the calendar so I can explain this correctly.
Okay.
Just bear with me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Alright, so you get paid, the reporting period is from the 28th to the 11th. You got that one, yes?
Yep.
Alright, hang on. Alright, so pretending we don't have holidays, the normal way would be going is go from the 12th through to the 25th, and you'd get your payment on the 25th.
That's correct,
Alright? Okay, hang on, 2 seconds.
Yep.
And then if it was another fortnight, it would go from the 26th to the 8th, correct?
Correct, yep.
Alright, so we got the fortnightly payments. So I'm going to break it down into the weekly payments. 2 seconds. Okay, so because the reporting period, going back to the 12th to the 25th, so you get normally paid. So when you swap that over to weekly, so what you'd normally paid on the 25th, I'm going to use an example of $10. That gets halved to $500. So you only get $5. So you only get $5 on the 25th, and then you get the second $5 the week after.
Yeah, the amount's not the issue. I understand what half of 1,149 is.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just using it as an example, but I'm working on the dates.
Okay.
So I'm going on the dates. So the example's there also for me to understand. So you get half on the 25th, and again half the week after, correct?
24th and 30th, yep.
Yep, so that's where that half comes in. So you haven't missed out on anything because you're only due to receive your next payment on the 25th. You're actually not missing out on anything because
that's what you're not understanding. On the 25th, from the 25th to the 30th, another week passes. That means it's 3 complete weeks from the 11th to the 30th, and yet you guys are only paying me for 2 of those weeks. You're not understanding.
It's correct. It's correct because you're only due to receive the next payment. You've already been given that 2 weeks' pay.
That's in arrears though, so that was up to the 11th. Yeah, it's not in advance.
So on the 11th you get that pay. That pay counts for the next 2 weeks.
No. The 11th.
Owe you the money. It's for the next 2 weeks. So the dates are calculated behind, but the payment goes ahead. All right. So
can I please ask a question?
Go for it.
You're telling me now that I've been paid for the next 2 weeks in advance, is that correct?
That is correct.
You guys don't pay in advance, you pay... I'll look it up right now and I'll prove it to you.
So you only get the next payment on the 20th, so if without the holiday period, would be the 25th. So we're not back paying anybody. We don't back pay.
I don't want you to back pay. Just bear with me for a second, please.
Of course.
Do Centrelink pay in arrears or advance?
So you normally get paid 2 weeks. So we don't. The dates, the reporting dates. So the reporting dates are if you're working so that you can get that pay period. So when you work, you have to start and end date. So that's what the reporting dates are for, that start and end date. And then you've got your pay dates. So that's what is how we work. So the 11th was your pay date. So your reporting period would have been the 2 weeks before. All right? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Then how could I have been paid in for the next 2 weeks in advance if it was it was in arrears?
So you've already been paid on the 11th.
For the past week, the 2 weeks before that, yeah?
Yeah, so that has that. So you would be due for the next pay it will be the 24th, but because you are having that start and that end date of reporting, of calculations, that's the only time that you get paid. So technically you've already been paid.
How could I have already been paid? That doesn't make sense. How could I haven't been paid from the 11th onwards? I haven't been paid. Do you understand that?
Right, you've received a payment on the 11th from us.
That was from the date, from the, what did you say, the 20th to the 11th, or whatever you said, 20 something to the 11th, yeah?
Alright, so the 11th you received your payment, so the reporting period falls on the 28th through to the 11th.
Yeah, so I was paid for that time, yes?
Yeah, so you get paid on that date. So the next reporting period that you've got is the 25th.
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks, yeah. So that's normal, yeah.
So you would be paid normally on that day. So your dates that you'd be reporting from are from the 12th through to the 25th. Okay?
Yeah, I understand that. That's not the issue. What you're not comprehending what I'm saying. I apologize.
I completely understand where you're going because it confused me as well. But this is how it works. So you only get paid again, technically on you get paid on the 24th for that reporting period. But because you've swapped over to weekly payments, you will only get half on that on the 24th, and then again the week after. Because again on the 8th that week you're due to have that final reporting period, but you get paid that week as well.
Can I ask you a question? If I'm getting paid for 1 week, yeah, from the 11th to the 18th, why don't I get paid on the 18th?
Because you're not getting paid weekly from there. You're getting paid weekly from the 24th.
How is that possible?
Because what should have been mentioned to you, it only starts at the end of your fortnightly period.
But then on the 24th I should get my full payment.
So on the 24th, because you've swapped over to weekly payments, you get half the payments.
So you are taxing my pension then?
No, you're not missing anything out. You're not missing out on
I am, because if you're saying I'm getting the full payment, it doesn't even make sense, and I apologise, it does not make sense. If from the 11th to the 24th I'm not getting a full pension, and I'm only getting half, yet you're telling me it only starts on my next pay cycle, even though that doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. If I go from fortnightly arrears to weekly arrears, that means 1 week from... So hold on, can I please ask you something? If on the 24th, if I cancel my weekly payments now, and I ring up on the 24th and say I would like to go on weekly payments, when will I be paid then?
That would be a fortnight after, because you would have received that payments already. What I can do for you, if you would like, is I can pass you on to my supervisor. Would you like me to do that?
Yes, please, most certainly.
Beautiful, I will do that for you. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll put you through.
Thank you.
Hello, Alexandru. All right, so I'm going to put you through to my supervisor now. Just give me a minute and I'll organise that for you.
Okay, can I please ask you a question before you go?
Sure.
You said to me, it starts at the next fortnight, yeah?
Yep.
Can I please ask, if I'm on a weekly payment, how can it start at the next fortnight?
Ask my supervisor that. He'll be able to explain it better.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to transfer you. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Hello, Alexandru.
Yeah?
All right, I'm just going to put you through now. Sorry, give me a sec.
You there? Hello?
Hello, Agfounder. Thank you so much for waiting there. I'm Gavin, the supervisor for Bronwyn today. I understand you've had some confusion with the weekly payment system as well as when you'd be receiving. Is that right?
I haven't had any confusion, Gavin, no.
Okay. Do explain to me what seems to be the issue, then. I do understand that it's just some confusion on our end.
Yeah, it must be, because I guess the corruption has gone to people's heads at some point, Gavin, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, Gavin, if I get paid on the 11th and then I get paid the next fortnightly appreciatively cycle on the 30th, how is it possible that I only get paid 2 weeks if 3 weeks have passed? I don't understand. You guys are holding me to a fortnightly cycle even though I've signed up to a weekly payment. How is that possible?
No, so with that, you are signed up to a weekly payment. I can see that.
Yeah.
With that, you are just getting off of the fortnightly cycle. So normally, you would be paid on the 25th, but because the weekly payments have been placed on the holiday processing period, we don't work on the 25th or the 26th, so we shift that to the 24th.
I understand. So, that's not an issue. That's not even what I want to talk about. I don't know why you guys keep going on about that.
Okay, where is the missing section?
Okay, so if you go to your calendar, if that's okay for you to have a look at that.
Yeah.
I've been paid up to the 11th. If I put my finger on the 11th and then move it down 1 week, the 18th, that's 1 week. Then the 25th would be my normal payday, and I realise I get paid on the 24th, but we'll make it standardised, I guess. 25th would be my next fortnightly cycle. On that day, I would have got a full pension of fortnightly payment. Yet you guys are saying I only get half the pension, so that takes it, if I'm in arrears, paid in arrears, that takes it from the 25th to the 18th back so 1 week back. I'm getting paid from the 18th to the 25th on the 25th, correct?
No, so it would be from the 12th to the 25th. So you would have what's called an entitlement period. So your previous one would have been from the 28th to the 11th. That would have been one entitlement period because that is one fortnight. Because from the 27th to the 14th was your one before that, where you were paid on the 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you received $1,049.
I don't want to discuss. I apologise. I don't want to discuss what I'd received in the past. Let's discuss. And I apologise for being pushy, but you guys are going to hang up on me any minute.
No, I'm not going to hang up. I want us to get to an understanding, so you can see that we're not taking you for a ride. You're getting your full payment.
Oh right. Okay.
So we'll just start from the 27th, just as the furthest point back, because you're still on fortnightly payments then. So with that, 27th, you got paid because that's calculating from the 14th onwards to the 27th for November. Is it November? Yeah, that's November, because that's one fortnight for us.
Okay, yeah.
Then we start on counting from the 28th on until the 11th of December, which is when you just last got paid, which was, from what I can see, $999.50. And around then, you got placed on to... Actually, when did you actually get that?
The 17th, yeah.
Yeah, on the 17th. So today, you were then placed on weekly payments, which... because it was still halfway through your original fortnightly period, you were still going to get the full payment, but you're now placed on weekly. So normally what would happen is from the 12th to the 25th, you still get paid on the 25th, excluding the holidays. Let's pretend no holidays here. You get paid on the 25th. You get half of your payment on the 25th, and then another half 1 week after, which is the 1st.
The 30th.
And then that loops on to the 8th, which you get your next payment, and then from the 8th, you get paid on the 15th as well. So you get started on weekly payments. You're just starting this process here. It's just a bit of confusion because you're doing it midway through the holiday.
As I told you, I'm not confused. You're telling me if I waited from the 11th to the 25th, that's my full fortnightly cycle, I would have been paid a full pension. So 2 weeks have passed in that amount of time. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then from the 25th to the 30th, virtually another week has passed, because that's what we're looking at, another week. Because that's the weekly cycle. And that's 3 weeks, and yet I only get paid for 2 weeks in that time. There is no confusion on my part.
You're not being paid for 3 weeks. So
no, I'm being paid 2 weeks for 3 weeks worth of time.
It's not 3 weeks worth of time. You're getting paid for 2 weeks.
Then on the 18th, I should have been paid tomorrow on the 18th 1 week. That would bring it from the 11th to the 18th. That would not be
the case because you're going midway through your next payment. So that would be changing your payment cycle, which we don't do with weekly payments. We're just rearranging when you'd normally receive your full pay. Okay,
can I ask, I've got 3 more questions for you. So when do I get, when you say I get paid on the 24th, what date exactly am I being paid for in that amount that day?
So you'd exactly be paid on the 24th of December?
No, I don't, that's not the question. You misunderstand what I said.
Okay, sorry. Please
You're right. So what days exactly am I being paid for on the 24th? 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th?
You'd be paid for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23... No.
On the 1 week, I'd be paid for only 1 week. So what week?
So that's where I think there's some miscommunication, because you are still being paid for 2 weeks.
I can't be if I'm only receiving, in 3 weeks' time, I'm only receiving 2 weeks worth of payment. I can't be paid for 2 weeks. This is a sleight of hand.
It's not a sleight of hand. So just to explain, so you're looking at it from the 8th to the 28th, because that's a 3 week gap. Is that what you're looking at?
No, from the 11th.
3 separate weeks.
Sorry, on the 24th, I'll be paid for 1 week. I want to know what the dates are that I'm being paid for on the 24th. 1 week's worth of... I'm literally getting 1 week of payment. I want to know what week that is, from the 11th to the 17th, or the 18th to the 24th. I want to know.
You're not getting paid for 1 week. So this is where you're starting on weekly payments. So you've already been paid on the 11th. So
that means my payment goes on limbo for 1 week.
No, that's not the case. So just a blank slate.
Okay.
How we process it is from weekly payments or not, we still have an entitlement period that we assess you from, where you accrue amounts each day. From the 12th.
So you're telling me you're assessing me on a fortnightly entitlement for a weekly pension payment, yeah?
That's correct.
That's what you're saying.
We pay you on a weekly basis, but we assess you on a fortnightly.
Even though I've been assessed already, and I shouldn't even have an assessment. Is that correct?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have an entitlement period accruement. So, and we do that on a fortnightly basis. You're not being assessed for anything. It's just how we bank up your pay. I can see you've taken out a urgent payment on the 9th. So that works on accrual. So up to the 9th, we have to base how much you've accrued at that point. We don't assess you anything. If you're not working, you're not working. We don't assess you. Simple as that.
Okay.
When I say assessment, I also mean us humans analyzing the number of days your accruement starts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It's perfectly clear as mud now. Yeah, it's perfectly clear as mud now.
Yep, so I can see what's happening here. So let's take from the 8th to the 28th, because that's from the 8th to the 14th, that's a Monday to Sunday, 1 full week, correct?
I don't know why you're going so far back. I want to concentrate on the 11th to the 24th.
The 8th of December, to the 14th of December.
Okay.
Because that's 1 full week. Yep.
What? No, I didn't. The 14th's got nothing to do with it. I got paid on the 11th. Yes.
18 no, you wouldn't have 18 at the 11th. So the 11th
I got paid on I got paid on the 11th of December.
Yes, you got paid on the 11th of December, your full amount from the initial starting date of the 28th of November.
Okay, so you guys run your systems with a fortnightly assessment for a weekly payment. Is that correct?
No. So at this point, for the 11th, you were still on that fortnightly payment.
No, not there now, and I apologize. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're saying you guys have assessed me as of today, the 17th, for a fortnightly assessment for a weekly payment, correct?
No. We've placed you on weekly payments, which still is assessed the same as fortnightly payments, but we just pay you in a weekly basis.
So what you are saying is you assessed me, you assessed me as a fortnightly payment for a weekly payment, yes?
I'm saying the system automatically puts you on a weekly payment, but we still process you through a fortnightly accrual basis.
I'll be honest with you, the system does what you guys tell it to do, yeah?
It does not.
Oh, okay, so who created the system, may I please ask?
I would not know. I can look at it for you. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be able to say exactly who.
Because I'll be honest with you, it does not seem logical that I literally... I'll give you a demonstration. If I'm paid on the 24th for the dates of the 11th to the 17th, I believe that's correct. Then on the 30th, I'm paid from 18th to 24th. I believe that's correct. When do I get paid for the 24th to the 30th?
Sorry, what? No. No,
I'm asking you honestly. If I'm paid from
the... Yeah, no, could you repeat that?
Sorry, I think I got the dates a bit wrong. From the 12th of December 2024 to the 17th of December 2025. Sorry, 25. I might have said 24. I apologise. The week from the day of my last payment to the next end of that week is 7 days. And I'm getting paid for that week on the 24th, yes?
Yeah.
And then from the 17th to the from the 24th to the 30th is another week, yes?
No. So that's where our miscommunication lies in. So let's disregard this set of dates. I'll come back and I'll explain it. Let's go on to when you next receive it. So for the 8th, we'd be assessing you from the 26th. So we'll start the accrual from the 26th.
26th of what month? You're not even being accurate.
Because that's 2 weeks.
26th of what? December, yes?
From the 26th of December to the 8th of January, is 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because there's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 26, 27, 28.
Okay.
Then a whole week from the 29th of December to the 4th of January. And then another 4 days, which is 5th, 6th, and 7th.
How about this for a solution? We forget about the holidays and we just stick to the standardized dates. So for instance, the 11th, the 25th, and the 8th. And then explain to me, without mumbo jumbo and crap, how it actually works. Let's dig deep. The 11th to the 25th is one fortnight, then the 25th to the 8th is another fortnight.
The 11th to the 25th? Okay. 1 second.
Yep. No worries.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's not a fortnight, that's a fortnight plus 1 day.
11th to 25th, I'm looking at it in my calendar. It's a Thursday and a Thursday. It's a fortnight.
It's not a fortnight. It's a fortnight apart, but it's not a direct fortnight.
Look, that's my payday. And what I'm trying to say, it's my payday. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand it's your pay date.
Yeah, so
But once you pay on that day, we don't count that day.
I don't care what you count. I'm theorizing for you to explain it to me. Yes, so I understand. Instead of mumbo jumbo, the 11th.
It's not mumbo jumbo. So okay. I'm explaining it to you.
You don't need to explain the holidays. I know the holidays are there.
I'm not explaining the holidays either. Exclude the holidays. Exclude any mumbo jumbo. This is how we count it. So you're saying it should start from the 11th, then the 18th, then the 25th. That's when your weekly should start, because you were paid on the 11th, but then you switched over, you want to be paid on the 18th.
No, I don't want to. That would logically and I guess reasonably be the case.
That wouldn't be the case because you're midway through our entitlement period. We wouldn't pay you halfway through.
May I please ask? I understand what you're saying, and I understand what the logic behind that, or I guess the illogic or illogical statements. Can I please ask, when would someone be able to move over to a weekly payment without having this fortnightly assessment take place and actually virtually miss out on a week's pay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. You're not missing out on any pay, but I understand what you're saying.
I am missing out because if you can't understand this, so let's see. Let's get rid of the holidays. So from the 11th to the 25th is one fortnight. Then the 25th to the 8th is another fortnight. Yes. And then the first. Yes. Okay. You're saying basically I'm getting paid on the 25th for 1 week. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that week...
No, I'm saying you're getting paid on the 25th for both weeks.
But you're only paying me half a week.
Your payment...
a week's worth.
Yeah, so how it works is we pay you both weeks on the 25th. But when you switch to weekly payments, we pay half of it on the 25th and then half of it on the 1st.
That's not possible. That is illogical.
Because that makes it a week.
That is illogical. Completely illogical.
It's not illogical because that's weekly payments, and then on the 8th, you get paid again.
I'll be honest with you. Whoever put that code in the computer system that says you guys can do this is corrupt, sir. Do you understand that?
I understand where you're coming from.
I don't think you do, to be honest.
Okay, so... with your payments, you are not missing out on anything.
I am.
So I've calculated the payments in front of me. I can see the exact pay
Can you run me through the
calculation? How much you'll be receiving?
Can you run me through the calculation so I know what you're looking at, and I'll do the calculations in front of myself as well.
All right. So just to establish a baseline, on the 27th of November, you were paid.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Just for a baseline, you were paid $1,049.50. We can agree that's your normal pay. That's what you should normally receive.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. You then took out a small urgent payment for the 50th.
Now you're going into stuff that doesn't matter. That's illogical to go into that stuff, yeah?
Okay, fine.
Go to the standard payment.
Then on the 11th, you were paid $999.50. That's your normal payment.
Forget about the change. I've told you with the dates as well. Don't worry about holidays. Don't worry about extra things. Please.
That's not a holiday. That's the 11th of December.
I understand what you're telling me. Don't worry about the altered differences in amount that I got. Go to the standard amount, calculate it, and show me your calculations.
All right. So on the 27th, $1,049.50.
Yep.
On the 11th, would have received $1,049.50.
Yep, correct, yep.
Yeah. Next payment date would have been 25th, where I can receive, you are still receiving $1,049.
No, I'm not. My Centrelink says I'm receiving $500 and something.
$567.20.
And so 2 weeks have passed, and I'm getting $500. Yes, that's correct, yep.
Yep. And on the 30th, you can see you will be receiving $482.30, which if we add to the $567.20 is $1,049.50.
That's not the problem. I understand how you guys are calculating what you're not allowing for, I guess, and you're standing over me with I guess, is the fact that between the 11th and the 30th is 3 weeks on the calendar. Yeah?
Yes, that's roughly a few days extra in the calendar from the 11th of December to the 30th of December.
It's what you guys have... Alright, well, I apologise. I fell for the same mistake that I pulled you up on. So, what you're saying, from the 11th to the 25th, from the 11th to the 1st, because that would be my usual payment on a... So instead of the 30th, it would have been the 1st if there wasn't a holiday, yeah? The 1st of January.
Yep, so it would have... So ideally, it would have been when we swapped you over, excluding holidays, it would have been from the 11th to the 25th, then we split your payment and pay you on the 1st. Yeah,
so you're saying 11th to 18th, 25th to 1st. So 3 weeks, and yet I'm only being paid for 2 weeks, correct?
No.
Yes, most definitely.
Not 3 weeks, you're being paid for 2 weeks. Because after the 25th, we then start again your next accrual for the 8th.
Then on the 25th, if the accrual is correct, from the 11th to the 25th, I should be paid a full pension. Then on the 1st, I should be paid a half pension.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
We wouldn't be calculating for a week.
That doesn't make sense in the corrupt world you live in. It does make sense in the world I live in.
Alright, that then makes sense in the world you live in, Alexandra. But the point is, we don't change the accrual amount. We don't change the accrual time or the accrual range.
What is accrual? I don't even know what accrual means. You're telling me words that I have no idea what your mumbo-jumbo Centrelink language does not appeal to me, sir, yeah?
I could give you the definition of accrual.
I don't want your definition. You explain it to me in your modest terms, sir.
Accrual means slowly gain, money earned, over time.
Oh, okay.
That's what accrual means to me.
In actual fact, that's not even correct, because I'm not earning any money. I can't be accruing any money if I don't earn something, because I'm not working, sir, yeah? I'm literally...
You're not working, that's correct,
I'm entitled to this payment.
Your payments.
I am entitled to this payment, so I guess it should be called entitlement, shouldn't it?
Yes, that's what it's called.
Why are you calling it accruement?
I say accruement because it also is accruing over time. If you ask for an urgent, hypothetically, if you ask for an urgent payment, let's say today, for your entire amount, we could not give that to you because that entire amount has not been built.
So you should be saying, and I apologize for saying you should, but that's the case, you should be saying you are entitled to a certain amount at that point. Not accrued, you are entitled to that amount.
My apologies for using the incorrect language. I'll switch it to entitled now.
I don't want to be mean, but you guys are being very mean, and I'm going to show you what it tastes like, yeah?
You are more than entitled to do that.
Yeah, I've noticed. I'm going to investigate this, sir, and I'll be honest with you. I know you're definitely in the wrong in this circumstance.
I understand why you feel that way, Alexandra. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I know you don't blame me. You got nothing to blame me for.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Why don't you just give me 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I'll double check it, and I'll see if where you're coming from does make sense, and if we have actually missed an entire week.
I guarantee I've done it on paper. I know it misses a week. From the 11th to the 1st is 3 weeks, and on the 1st I get paid only the second weekly payment. If you can't understand that, I am deranged, or everybody else just doesn't even understand basic mathematics.
Alright, I get where you're coming from. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll give a calculation go on my end, and I'll be back.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, thank you. Hello, Alexandra.
Hello.
Thank you so much for waiting. So, I went through, I reassessed it. By our standards, it is still correct. I can see where you're coming from, but in terms of the payments itself, it is correct.
Yeah. As I told you, whoever created your system, or I guess typed out the code, has created a corrupt system, sir. That's what it comes down to.
It's not a corrupt system.
It is, most definitely.
The issue is that you've requested it halfway through a fortnightly entitlement period.
You're putting the blame on me. I've requested it halfway through a fortnight.
Listen
to me here. Please listen to me here.
You've requested it.
I've requested it at the best time for myself. The reality.
For the fortnight to complete.
The reality is, when would anyone be able to request it and not be docked a week of their pay? Never. Ever.
No one's going to be docked a week if you pay.
Yes, most definitely I am getting docked a week of my pay. Yes, I am most definitely getting docked a week of my pay, and I will prove that in court one day, sir.
Alright, if you want, I can put through a complaint for you about the system if you'd like.
I would most definitely like an internal investigation of your systems, yes.
Alright, understandable, you do have that right. Yep. If you want, I can also give you the number for the complaints line.
I rang the complaints line, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't find it very nice when the lady made out that I did something wrong and hung up on me because she didn't like my questioning. Do you know what I mean? Guilty consciences seem to do that quite a bit, don't they?
Wait, I do apologize. Oh, could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch that.
I said I've already rang the complaints department at Centrelink, and she hung up on me, insinuating that I did something wrong, even though I didn't do anything wrong. And I know she just hung up because I was making sense, yeah, and going down a line of questioning that she didn't like.
Okay, well, that shouldn't have been the case. She shouldn't have hung up on you. I do apologize for that.
Oh, yeah. That makes it all the better, yeah?
Yeah, payment aside, the whole point of the complaint line is to hear you out and to note down your complaint.
Yeah. She made out that I did something wrong.
She shouldn't have hung up on you.
I would actually like to get. I've actually got some of it recorded, and I'm gonna have plenty of evidence when it comes down to it. Yeah.
All right. That's more than you're right. I do apologize that has happened.
There's no need to apologize. You didn't even do it, so you can't even apologize, yeah?
Sorry?
You can't even apologize. You can't apologize for someone else doing something wrong, can you?
I'm apologizing on their behalf. I'm not apologizing.
Yeah, I understand your attempt at apologizing, but I don't believe that's a proper apology.
Yes, so I was going to follow up with actions I can do to make up for it. So clearly they didn't go through the entire complaint. I'm more than happy to put that through for you so that we can at least get that down. I'll even give you a receipt number, so if you do want to follow up with it, which I'm guessing is your intent, you have the receipt number for this conversation, so you can.
Yep. I appreciate that.
Alright, so our receipt number for today is 958.
1 second, I haven't got it.
No problem. Just let me know when you're ready.
Yep. Sorry, can you repeat that? Yep.
958.
958.
933.
933. And I apologise, was your name Gavin or sorry?
Yeah, it's Gavin.
Yeah.
Gavin.
I'm sorry for this, Gavin, but you know, it seems to be the way that.
Yeah, like I get where you're coming from, Alexandra. I don't blame you. I understand why you've had to go through the avenue you've had so far.
Yeah, I don't even know. I've had people accusing me of being unwell regarding this, saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. I know perfectly well what I'm talking about. I know I'm in the right. That's why people are hanging up the phone on me when I try to discuss it, because they shut down the conversation, so there is no conversation. It seems to be the easiest way out of, I guess, a hairy situation, yeah?
I wouldn't be able to say what they've done then, but I can only agree to a certain extent.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Gavin.
But I'll record down that feedback, that complaint you have there. If you want to just read it out to me, I'll just write it down.
No, that's okay. I'll let it go for now. I've got what I need. You take care. If you can put in a complaint regarding this, I would appreciate it. But I don't even know where to begin to tell you how much. I guess rubbish I have been through, let alone in the last few days, let alone the last few years, at the hands of, I guess, the so-called good guys, yeah?
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll phrase that as best I can, but I'll put that complaint in for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. Take care.
You too. Bye.